it now and go to Texas and Florida. They are reporting the first cases of malaria the U.S. has seen in 20 years, and the infected number growing this weekend now to 7.
Yeah, for more on this, let's welcome in the founder and president of Healthy Tennessee trauma surgeon, Dr. Manny Sethi. So I can't believe we were talking about this. So malaria, we're seeing this. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me. It's very surprising. Malaria is a parasitic infection that is mostly found in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, really. But in the last couple of weeks, we've had 6 cases in Florida, 1 case in Texas. Now, what's different about this is that these are all locally found infections. These folks haven't traveled. Now, in the past, about 20, 30 years ago, we had a small outbreak in the United States, but this is very different. And this is essentially passed from, a mosquito can get it from a human and then give it by biting another human. So that's how it passes. And so it is concerning.
What's the CDC doing, and how did this get back into the U.S.? Malaria is not something that people hear about very often here.
Well, I think that probably what happened is this did come from somebody who had traveled. We haven't found that person either via cruise or airplane, or it could have happened with a mosquito that came over. Somehow they got into a suitcase or just got here. And so, I think the CDC, they're monitoring this. They're doing what they can. But as you know, the CDC is not, they don't have the best and the brightest currently. But, I think we just have to give it time. We have to keep tracking, and hopefully that we'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. What are some of the symptoms?
The symptoms are essentially almost like having a flu, like high fevers, chills. The way this parasitic infection works is it gets into your blood cells. And so you can develop in the longer term anemia or brain damage. But the early symptoms are effectively fevers and chills. And what I would tell most viewers is, look, if you're in Sarasota, which is in Florida, where the most of these cases are coming in South Florida, just look, if you're going to go out at night, wear some bug spray, wear, pants and shirts with like long sleeves. Just do preventative things like that. If you do develop fevers and chills, maybe just let your primary care physician know. It's just something to really think about.
Yeah, you're in Tennessee. Tough to do that in the summertime. Down south, wear long sleeves. You got to get the bug spray, I guess.
True.
But we'll keep an eye on this. Dr. Sethi, great having you on this morning. Appreciate the update. Coming up next here on